What's up, guys? This is another episode of Unpaid. You already know this is the space where creatives are figuring it out in real time. We are talking boundaries, business, and everything in between because you already know we get it. It's your girl, Denise Shay.
And your girl, Kira Webster. And this is Unpaid.
And this is...
How you gonna say
I wasn't prepared for that. I wasn't prepared. So like,
y'all, welcome back. What's up? What's up?
Exactly. You already know how this goes. We open, and if you don't, if you're new here, we open up with a segment, right? We open up with a segment where we just kind of check in. We get each other's vibes for the week and kind of just how we've been since the last episode. So I'm going to ask my good friend, how have you been?
Happy New Year! All that jazz.
The 6th day of the new year.
Yes, indeed. It is January of the 6th. And I'm already ready to pull my hair out. I'm just kidding. Yeah, time is kind of already flying. Things are already shaking and baking and grooving. And yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. A lot of planning, a lot of scheduling, a lot of mitigating my annoyance with people and humans. What else?
Can understand that.
Man, I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like it's like a remnant of 2025/2024, but it's like I just know how to handle it different. So it's just like I allow myself to feel it and then poof, it's gone. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. It's like feel the things and then don't feel the things because we have so many other things to do and I don't have time to placate. I wouldn't say my perfectionism is down, I guess, if anything. Like it's just I know how to move past it, if anything. Like I'm not allowing perfectionism or outside sources right now get me off my game, or myself get me off my game right now. I genuinely don't have the time. So kudos to the people who have time for foolishness, because I don't. What about you, friend?
I would say my perfectionism is down right now for me. Like I was thinking about something the other day where I was
but yeah,
I think that's a good word, to be honest with you.
I don't know. I was gonna, because it's like, I guess the reason I was hesitant to say down is because it's like it's always
you don't want to you don't want to acknowledge like, oh, you don't want to be perfect. See, that's perfectionism in itself, to be honest. But I would say mine is down. I just want to get the stuff done. We can perfect it later. Get it out. Don't get give it out. And I'm feeling, for me personally, I'm feeling like I'm trying not to get overwhelmed because I know and see how everything can come together, and that's looking too far ahead. And also, there are so many different sectors of things that kind of feed each other. There are intersections, but they're not the same thing, and it can't be the same approach. And because of that, I feel like because of that, for real, it makes more sense to move in the time or in the moment of which I have the idea. Correct. So like after this, I literally need to do something as far as like LinkedIn and scheduling posts and at least starting like a brand and identity and just and keeping pushing.
Log lines. So feel that.
I'm pretty decent, but
we were talking about that earlier, weren't we? Like not being able to do some things at work, some things at home, some things.
Yeah, because
everything is so much. Like you're having to kind of mitigate.
Your process. Yeah, your process isn't the same.
Right at home. I told that to somebody else, and they were like, "Why can't you?" And I was like, "The same way I cannot work out at home. Like I can't. I do so much at home already. Like certain things, I need to be out and kind of see people." Eavesdrop, that kind of thing or whatever, or just be motivated by being around other people in a workout class. Like sometimes you just have to switch up your flow as you're navigating a bunch of different things. Do you work out? Like you work out at home a lot though. For
what do you mean?
Like
your
comfortability of doing things at home. I feel like it's a lot higher than mine, at least.
For me, I used to be able to work in my room, and that was it was a vibe. Like I loved I literally would have.
You still wear, honestly, but I forget you do.
No, this year I actually stopped doing, or not this year. We just got it this year. But coming off 2025, I realized that what you just said, which is like my brain, because I'm to the thing of like we're juggling, we're multitasking, all these things. Your brain will signal certain things when you're in certain spaces. Yeah. Design in my room used to be like, ooh, I'm having a blast. This is like club. Turn that music on. Oh, vibes. Now, that was in like 2022, 2023 a little bit. Now I'm like, I actually can't do that. So I do still work at home.
Mm-hmm.
Like I do a good split right now, like a 50-50 at the crib and then somewhere else. But I can't be in my room. So now I'm like in our dining area or in our, you know what I'm saying? Like a different area that's like making me be like, okay, girl, if we're outside of our room, we got to be doing something because usually you be in your room.
Yeah. I can like outline at home or work. I don't know. It's maybe like the flow of being out somewhere else. It kind of triggers other things. I don't know, but yeah,
I think it's just like you said earlier, like people underestimate the idea of body doubling. I mean, we do it all the time, especially when we need to get something. Yeah, especially when it's like I haven't been struggling to focus. Can you pull up and then we just both? Because if you pull up, then it's like, damn, she pulled up. You feel a little bit more responsible. Yeah,
niggas drove to big ass money.
Exactly. Like I'm sitting in this coffee shop. You better be doing something, girl.
Yeah, but I think that's also too why I like earlier I was saying like the whole workout thing. Like now I gotta shift that, and that is something that it makes me feel good. It is a nice reprieve. So now having to figure that shit out, I'm not gonna hold you, boy. That kind of rocked the kid. Because now
I mean, it will be cheaper. That's all that I can tell you. Switching from that,
it's not gonna be realistic. I'm not gonna hold you. My friend said that also. My best friend was like, you can just go to a gym and work out there. I was like, bro, that's the times and the specific types of working out that I'm trying to do. Like,
I think you're getting honed in on the specific type of workouts. I know you can figure some shit out at the gym, bro.
Man,
I'm sorry. Now, granted, you sound like me before I got in there. Like I get it, but you'll figure out your flow, bro. Like it's the gym. Like
it is, but like for my body and my workouts, no, I am firm. I hear everybody and I know I can figure shit out, but no, I like yoga and Pilates by niggas who specifically do yoga and Pilates and not niggas who just every other weekend on a Tuesday or a Thursday, they come in here and teach Zumba. Like, no, I don't. That's not what I'm looking for. I don't. That's not.
So if they had a yoga class at the gym, you're not going?
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, they're cool. But they're not what I'm looking for. I'm kind of in an advanced level of yoga and Pilates. No, it's not going to be, it's going to be cool. But after a certain point, I'm going to be wanting more. And again, it's not about them having classes. I know they have classes. It's the simple fact, timing. Timing is the big one. They don't have classes at 7:15 p.m. It's like, it's far few in between when it comes to timing. On certain days, too, that's also another thing. We record on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm just gonna be a fat fuck is what I'm saying. So everyone just accept me being a thick ass bitch, you know?
All right. That's what we're all gonna just hope you figure that out, friends, and open up one of these tabs. That I'm gonna lob you this one because I feel like you understand this one more. LaRussell album sales. I have been seeing certain stuff with LaRussell. I seen his promo last year when he was going on like all the pods and he was doing all of what he needed to do as far as just getting his name out there some more, because everybody, I feel like, at this point you should know who LaRussell is. And if you don't, then baby, I don't know what to tell you. Do your research. You'd be surprised when people don't even know who Childish Gambino is. Like, that's insane. That's like the most. Who doesn't know who? Anyways, because off that, go ahead. Like what? Them people. No, they know him. You say Donald Glover. You don't say Childish Gambino. You say Donald Glover. Say the community, you know. Yeah, exactly. You say certain. You say certain. I personally admired it. One, and I appreciate other big time acts like Snoop Dogg. Like I've seen Anderson .Paak also got in on it. There's a lot of people who are getting in on the action who have bigger names, and I felt like that was camaraderie in that space. But also to measure his like talent of being able to pull something off. I believe it was 5,000 albums sold in like 5 days. I know regular people, and I believe the initial concept period was simply pay what you can, kind of similar to what I believe Nipsey Hussle did, but Nipsey Hussle had a set price that niggas had to pay. This being, you guys are my community, you guys are my audience, give whatever you can give and enjoy. Some people obviously were able to do more. Like, clearly, I need to have the pockets where I can give $5,000 to listen to an album. Like, I need to be in that lifestyle. Because I was seeing the little stuff, and it's like 1,000, 2,000, 3,500, 600, and I'm like, 600. Okay, so hold up. Set up the scene. Are you saying that LaRussell basically put out a PD, public announcement of like he needed backing? And no, that was not the premise at all. If you want to purchase this album from LaRussell,
I believe you have to. You just pay what you can. But big time
Oh,
people, like I said,
I get
Nipsey
what you're
Hussle
saying.
type of thing. But Nipsey Hussle had a set price of, nigga, you got to pay $100 for this mixtape. He, however, has broadened it to his community, which I do feel like is very on brand and very aware, situational awareness of what the economy is right now. Not everybody has it to set a set price of, oh, if y'all want to listen to this album, everybody got to pay $1,000. That's not realistic right now in this comedy. I mean, again, different times, I understand it because it worked for Nipsey Hussle at a point. Whoever wants to have it is going to pay the $100 for this mixtape concept.
You don't feel like that's egregious, though, because it's a mixtape?
I'm going to be honest with you. I know. I look at it at how some people brand their stuff. Like, there are people who are going to pay for it. It's kind of what I look at it. At some point, people told me it was crazy to have $35 candles because I'm making them myself and they're not Bath and Body Works and blah, 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 blah. Niggas paid $35 for that candle, though, because I believed in it and niggas paid it. His case, however, I feel like you're doing both. You're able to let the people who have do more if they're able to versus the people who maybe only got $10, $20, or if they're feeling extra generous because they are a part of his main core community, which it looks like selling 5,000 albums in 5 days as an independent artist is pretty rare nowadays. Like, it's with his level and his backing, right? There's a group of people who don't even know who this man is. So I feel like this is a power move. I'm not mad at it. Now, would I personally purchase an album for $100, a mixtape for $100? No. If I had it to do,
if I have it, then yes,
we can talk about it. What they say, I'll pray on it. But
I don't have that.
Yeah, like as of right now, and
as of right, like not because to me that could. Like, I have my own endeavor, so it's like 100 really could fund something for me, else. Studio session or a food, not a photo, but photo shoot or something. But I still love that for him.
Would you pay? You said you wouldn't pay $100 for a mixtape. What if Nipsey was like, I got $100? Would you pay for it?
If I like him,
like back then.
I'm gonna be honest. Prime Nipsey back then, he was cool, but I wasn't doing all of like, you know how people pass and then they get bigger. I appreciated Nipsey as his character, like Nipsey as his walking around interviews, him talking and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I appreciated him in his character, and I still was kind of not like, I was kind of like here and there with it. I wasn't. I can't say I was a diehard fan, but I mean, I think he's not a good answer for me because of that. So I would say no. If it was somebody else, I would say yes. If I enjoy the artist, yes. If I have it, yes. Okay, if I have it, then fair. You know what I'm saying?
If I have it to do and if I enjoy the artist, yes. I would agree with that. No, same. But no, I thought it was just a really awesome testament to an independent artist. And like you said, he was going really hard last year with the rollout of everything. I want to say, like, that last quarter, he's really going hard. And so to see the payoff of that, I really, get him in his flowers, his props, his teams. I thought that was super cool, honestly, because I ain't paying $5,000 for no damn album.
$5,000. That's what I'm saying. For them, that's up there. $5,000 is probably $5. You know what I'm saying? For me, $5,000.
But that's the thing. It was other people. Like, I mean, I don't know, because obviously, like, the usernames.
The names just come up. That could have been a billionaire in freaking in Washington. We don't even know. Like, that just say Stan on them, and then it's $1,000 next to them. Cool. Like, cool. Shout out Stan. Like, Stan is a tech bro. Like,
right.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not staying right now.
They had $5,000 for several things and would not be necessarily giving it to that individual. So yeah, in the theme of money, right, and everybody kind of being a little tad down bad, it has been a large influx of creators that I have seen moving to the Only of the Fans. Specifically, one of the cinematographers who, like, I really looked up to in the pandemic and just throughout some time now. I've been following her. She has an amazing demo reel. She's been in the industry for some time. She made a tweet over another tweet of a filmmaker who essentially was like in some Calvin Kleins and some like jeans or whatever, Calvin Klein underwear and some jeans, and was like, this has been funding me being able to make my film and me between gigs essentially. One, I'm very curious to know like your thoughts on the entire thing, period, because some people are saying that they're finding more success in this area than 9 to 5.
Like regular.
Yeah, like more work. And so I'm just like, I don't necessarily know if I would. Like, I've had an OnlyFans page. I got rid of it. But, like, it wasn't something that I was using to fund. I wasn't using it at all, really. But, like, still, it was just kind of like, to get to that point or that level of resorting to funding, I think is a very interesting place. If you're comfortable with that, then go for it. Am I encouraging anybody to enter sex work to get their projects funded? No.
Wait, is that? Oh.
Like, well-known, like, look at her page, and she's a well-known cinematographer, and she's dead-ass, like, right now.
I thought you meant... Okay, I thought you meant something else, and I am on the post, but I was reading it as I was trying to get what you were saying before I like really looked at it. So, hey, if it works for you, then it works for you. I can't come in and tell y'all how to make y'all's bread, especially when it comes to like funding y'all's projects. I thought you meant like she was doing an unconventional way of like teaching courses or something on OnlyFans, because you know OnlyFans is not just sex work. So I thought you were saying that, but
I'm not even going to say far that they are doing full out sex works, because I do know a lot of people, and there are a lot of OnlyFans creators who make bank and all they do is just post lingerie photos. Where again, like I said, I'm not sure of what, I'm not clicking on their links to go search that out, but
to see what the actual content
to see what the actual content is. But I mean, she says she's in the top 3% of OF creators. And that's not necessarily a small feat in itself. She says she's been doing it for like a year. Which is wild. Like, I'm curious to know what she said. Did you see her follow-up? Her follow-up was that she does say it underneath. She says top 3% with non-explicit spicy content. So it's a big hot tease. You support an artist and a filmmaker, and you also get sexy photos and behind the scenes, and sometimes more if trust is established.
So sometimes, maybe, depending on what's going on.
Boy, if a bajillionaire strolled up in my DMs on Instagram, because I'm thinking outside of the context of OF, because I feel like if you say OF, it automatically puts a connotation in everybody's mind of the type of person you are, yada yada yada. Yeah. And so I'll phrase the question maybe, or the scenario in this facet. If a man who was very affluent and had a lot of money expressed interest in you, and then he is trying to fund your projects, would you say no? I don't think I would say no. It depends on how they approach.
No. I mean...
Well, no. I'm saying I changed this, like, the scenario a little bit. But, like, if someone was to be like, I am an influential person, I don't necessarily want sex from you, a little spicy pic here and there, you can have whatever you want to fund your dreams.
I'm doing it. I don't care about what y'all talk about.
Boy, as long as you don't touch me.
Because the key word for me is that you saying, like, semi-spicy. I feel like for me, the thing that stops me from moving towards anything that has like certain type of like it's
known for sex work.
No, not something that is going against my moral playground.
Okay. I get what you're saying.
Because at the end of the day, my boundary will not be someone else's boundary. So like for her, let's say she was doing spicier content.
Right.
I would not necessarily be promoting that because I know that comes with other things and could subject you in your mental and emotions to a place that you might have to
other
I think sometimes it depends. A lot of people don't really care about perception, but because that's why sometimes they even willing to take that risk. When you go on that platform, you kind of already know the perception of you is going to switch, but let alone the actual effects of that thing. And I've seen people go on there and they start that content and then they say like I've seen some girls be like, I don't feel right now. Like I don't like, something is just like something disconnected with them, probably intimacy.
I feel like because it's you, and this is me personally speaking, but like a level of that is like one, it's like a parasocial relationship situation that we already navigate online with a lot of people, but then it's like adding in another element of sex. And that can definitely warp your mental in the reality of spaces.
Of it, yeah.
Like in the reality of it.
Because now it's their job.
Correct. And then there's like, if I don't do this, then I need this amount to maybe fund this project. And so I feel like it's a little...
So now you're a robotic.
Correct.
I'm doing, but something like that is not supposed to be robotic. So you know what I'm saying? And so like eventually like it might start wearing on you. But I'm an advocate for anybody who is within their, and I'm gonna add a caveat to this, within their own moral playground, and they're not impeding on anybody else's. Because I think sometimes people will be like, I'm gonna do that kind of by any means my mentality, and they kind of will bulldoze, do anything to get ahead, and I'm not really for that. I kind of hate that idea of people being like, well, you gotta screw somebody to get to the top. Like,
oh no,
like it happens. It happens unintentionally, sure, but for you to be kind of advocate of it sounds stupid to me, and I'm not that person.
Let somebody tell you got to do something bad, period, to get ahead, and I'm like, no.
I got enough power to be able to wield it, and I get it, but without all the extra shit. Now, everybody else, I can't speak to y'all, but I don't have to do the most and stomp on people and be one to get ahead. That's not how I rock. If y'all rock like that, then rock on, baby, rock on. But at the end of the day,
I'm gonna be honest with you. No, you shouldn't be rocking like that. If you listen to this podcast, you do not need to be rocking like that. You need to change your ways right the fuck now. Like, I feel like, cause no, we're a resource. Period. Yes, we know our own autonomies of what we view and how we move. But I'm not promoting nobody to. Yes, if that's genuinely how you feel, but if you got an inkling within yourself of like, nah, probably not, then don't do it, bro. Like, consider something else. There's so many other ways. I feel like you can get ahead, and it's not being a jackass. It's not putting your coochie on live for $1,000.
When people say that, it's just because they want it fast.
And correct, you need to deal with your instant gratification issue, and you need to deal with it on this podcast, so we can help you and navigate it. But no, you should not be thinking like, oh, well, Denise says she don't do it, but I still can. So no, fuck that. No, I don't subscribe to that. If you're listening to this, you need to be like us. You need to not want to get ahead and step on people and be a terrible human being. We got enough niggas in the world being terrible.
I ain't gonna say be like me, because I don't know what y'all doing. I don't really care. But
you get the gist of what I'm saying.
I will say, have a little bit more. I know y'all probably unfamiliar with this word, but ethics and integrity. That's all I'll say about it. Do what you do. At the end of the day, the cookie gonna crumble and the cake gonna get baked, especially for me. So, like,
man, like, is what it is. Shit you need to.
I don't condone any.
I'm being more like crazy.
Yeah, I don't condone any shystiness, even though I do understand there could be misunderstandings, and I understand all of the nuance of that. But I do think there are people who are full on ready to slight the next person to get ahead, and that I do not condone. Getting into the next tab, Kristen Stewart. I've seen this. Anybody who is a Twilight fan, you guys,
stand up. It's our time.
That was hard. Team Jacob, right?
Stand up. It's our time. She's talking about Twilight again, guys. I know she don't like
Kristen Stewart. Kristen Stewart just announced that basically she would be open to rebooting Twilight and being the director of that.
Yeah, I like the way he framed the question personally, because it kind of walked her into it a little bit. I also like the fact that she touched on. They were very low budget at the time. I think every movie at the time when they be trying to get stuff made be like super low budget, and then it blows and everybody be like, man, if we only had money back then, it would have been great. I 50-50. I'm 50-50 mainly due to, you know how I feel about reboots right now. I could care less about them. Mm-hmm. It hasn't even really been a crisp 10 years. I'll maybe say 15. We might be approaching 15 years.
15?
I think, yeah, because we're at 10 now from high school, so it came out in middle school. So probably about 15 years off of the movie. I don't feel like, however, it's one of those ones that needs to be rebooted. However, they're doing it with everything. So I don't know. If it was to be done, I wouldn't mind her being a director of it. I like a lot of her directorial choices that she's made here and a lot of other things that she's been able to direct. So I'd be very interesting.
Very interesting from being an actor to being behind.
Honestly, is I feel like it goes both ways. Like, what's her name from Insecure? Her name is escaping me right now, and I hate that. But she was a writer.
I feel like I know who you're talking about, but
Kelly.
I cannot.
She played Kelly. She also had her own Hulu show, but she was a writer. And, you know, again, was playing the character in the script reads, and boom, now she's acting in the show. So I feel like that kind of works both ways in the crew in the entertainment world. But I have seen her be more into her directing here lately than acting, which I can't be mad at. Like, the previous person who tweeted about getting on OnlyFans was talking about how there's not that many female directors and we're not getting that chance. And they're Caucasian. The other one, she was Asian, but being a woman lets you add on another minority. Like, it already gets very spicy and tricky on just getting things produced and also just getting the job, period. So, yeah, I'm not mad at her taking on more.
I think Alexa Demi just talked about that, but she's, I believe is she Hispanic?
Yes, from it, you're for
because everybody thought everybody thought that she was gonna have such a her career was gonna shoot off after she got on Euphoria, and she was like the roles that they were trying to put me in. She was like, no, I can't.
But Lupita talked about that, and I think I mentioned that maybe last week.
Was another person
or the
who also talked
before last, where we were touching on that, and she was talking like all of the roles after because again, you got to remember, 12 Years a Slave was literally her first like big budget movie, and that you won an Oscar. So it's kind of like, where do you go from there, right? We remember back in the day, like people used to, and this kind of just puts me on my rant about how the whole entire industry is changing, and it's not necessarily for the better. We don't get to see any of those young actors, right? Gwyneth Paltrow has been acting since she was like 12. Some of these actors, we don't get a chance to see and grow up with them, but also too, even the young actors, like they're not getting their opportunities. And when they do, they have one hit and then they can't go anywhere else because the projects aren't there to maybe stretch yourself, or they using the same 12 niggas, Jacob Elordi, Zendaya, Timothy Chalamet. Like you get boxed in these holes, and I feel like it's gonna actually happen to those heated rivalry actors too. Like they're gonna be lumped into that category as well, and I feel like that's really unfortunate, but also kind of well for them in a sense. It's unfortunate because I'm curious to know if they wanted to really maybe find a script or do a script, something like that. Because you got to think, like, they have to then become their own producers. Like, all these actors are having to become producers and not labels, production company owners, because they cannot find the projects or they cannot get them funded. They end up in development hell. So it's just, I don't know. I'm very curious to see, going back to the initial thing of her doing it. Like, I wouldn't mind it, but
I wouldn't mind it, but I'm not gonna say it wouldn't be. I don't think it would be for us, and that's the thing that we have to like acknowledge, because she's talking about readapting, and when you readapt, I feel like you get into new storylines, you get into new plots. And also 9 times out of 10, it moves down a gen. So I don't feel like it would be for us. It would be like we're seeing like Bella and we're seeing Renesmee and them, like, you know what I'm saying, in a sense.
That's not how she communicated. There would be nowhere to go. There is nowhere to go, friend. There's no other books. Well, that would be a whole new movie. That's what I'm saying. If that was the case, then she would just go produce a whole new project. There's no need to make up some random ass story about Renesmee and Jacob.
But that's but that's the readaptation of it, though. Like, that's if they're going to take it on, they're going to, that right there is exactly why they would draw up their own little story that they would want, because the book stopped, and do whatever. And that's what I'm saying. That then would probably not be for the people who originally watched it. It's going to be.
I don't think it would ever be for them. Well, no, I'll 50-50, because yes, if in the IP of it all, you are banking on the fact that you have a built-in audience. That's the whole reason why we keep getting these IP reboots, is because you have a built-in audience. Whether it be nostalgia, you're hoping to gain a new audience. That's your hope. You're hoping to gain a new audience, but you're banking solely is off of that. Like, if they were to do what you're saying of maybe moving, I
don't think them doing that would be banking off of a solely new audience. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
that is the concept of having an IP built in. That's what I'm saying. That is the reason these execs are doing it, is because there's money already built into this situation. Cinderella, what's the other one? Moana. Yes, we didn't see Moana 2 and it just came out, but that live remake, there's already an audience for that. Whether they want it or not, there's a built-in audience for it. That's what I'm saying. I don't disagree with you, though, on I agree with if they would do that.
Ultimately, I guess we gonna see if she do it, because honestly, she could not end up doing it. That was just that interview.
I don't think this is like a real. I think this is just one of those fun one-off kind of conversations. If it was like because he could have said anything, but yeah, I think this was just like a fun interview question. It was a very good interview question, might I add, too, on the carpet. But moving on to the nostalgia of it all, because I hate these niggas doing all this reboot and rehoosh and rehash and rematch. I'm tired of it. I'm tired. How do you feel? I guess I'll set this up before I introduce the artist who did it. How do you feel about the overusage of 90s stuff? The 90s themes, right? The 90s parties, the 90s concepts that we are continuously getting from other artists. Where's your thoughts on that first? I guess is what I'll ask you.
I am a fan of drawing from something, period. So I'm not totally opposed. I think it just depends on the execution for me every time. I don't really care about if we're
like oversaturating it or no.
Yeah. Or if it's like exact, like copied. That's when I'm like, But then there's also this level of like people pay homage. So you got to kind of be, I'm not opposed. I'm not pro. I'm in the middle. It depends on the project. It's case by case for me. But with that being said, Queen Key, she just dropped she just announced her album that is dropping the 16th of this month. And she is paying homage to Lil' Kim. Obviously, everybody knows Lil' Kim's discography. And right when you see it, you know exactly what the hell it is. People just eating her up.
Is it an exact reference? Have you seen the exact reference?
It's an exact. Hold on. I'm trying to find the album. I'm trying to find the album specifically.
Okay, send it to me because I couldn't find it and I was trying to find the exact album reference, or she was doing like an homage to.
Well, it's not. So it's not an. No, it's so she's paying homage to Lil' Kim's Hardcore album.
Okay.
And that's the album where she's on the ground that I'm pretty sure that you've seen it.
Yeah, I think I'm talking about.
Where she's on the ground and she's on the bear rug.
Yes. That's what she did, the leopard. Okay.
That's what she's paying homage to. Yeah. It's not exact, but you know who she's drawing from.
I mean, immediately when I seen it, I was like, oh, this, at first, because I was scrolling really fast, I thought it was somebody doing like a regular, like
a photo shoot.
Yeah, I thought it was just a photo shoot, and then I clicked into it and I seen the full thing of it because I do follow her. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, this is her full album rollout or whatever. I think when it comes to 90s stuff and nostalgia for me, I would say when it comes to like events or like planning certain things, like that in that like, oh, we're doing a 90s theme or a 2000s, like that stuff, for me, I am kind of played out. Like, let's pull from another generation. Or
what would the generation be?
Nigga, there's the 70s, there's the 80s. Like, I'm saying, like, boy, from
college, you can't go back that far.
Well, I said the 70s, the 80s, nigga, they play out the 90s.
You added one more decade.
Correct. So guess what? Now that gives us 3 options other than one. No, I'm simply saying, bro, like, let's mix it up a little bit. I feel like every function sometimes be a fucking 90s or a 2000s theme. And what I'm saying is hey, folks, planners, party planners, there was 3 other decades of shit that we could reference. Also, it gives niggas a chance to, get a little frisky with their fits. Is all I'm saying. Like, put a little something on other than some big ass pants and a big ass t-shirt from the 90s and the early 2000s, bro. Like, I don't know. I just feel like in that capacity, I am a little played out on it. Like, anybody who's been to college, you'd have probably been to about 90,000 90s parties. Like, tired of going to a 90s ass party. Pick another genre of shit. Now, when it comes to music,
yeah, I'm not. So here's the thing.
I'm not mad about it. Yeah, like I don't really feel too much about it when niggas do it in music.
There's a guy out that right now, and he's drawing so much from 90s artists, and he's also drawn a lot from Chris Brown, and it's like clear. It's
yes. Is he
tall I feel like
and skinny?
Yes,
like really, really tall, and
yes. I'm not gonna lie. Some of his music that I've been hearing, I'm like, turn this off. But I do like
where he was singing on Jennifer Hudson. I was like, this is you trying to be Chris Brown. Like, this was us during the Chris Brown hype.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, he's not for us.
Yeah, he's not for us.
And so, like, I'll acknowledge that. Like, he's not for us.
For sure.
And I can appreciate, like, he could be, like, for my sisters, right? Like, he looks like
I appreciate the artist development.
Yeah, and I appreciate also how, like you're saying, the artist development of how he does have,
it's very
concept of the movie or not movies, music videos that he has. But he does
have a music video that was like, what was it? Chris Brown's, or he was walking her through the dance video. He has a video that's bar for bar.
Bro, I'm like,
I said no,
but he probably is. That's homage to the people.
That I don't mind. Like, that I feel like you're doing you still, but you're still pulling from some of the recipes of old, right? Like, you're still, like I said, artist development. You're still dancing. You're still singing. You're still putting on a show, singing live with no backing track. Let me say that again. Singing live with no backing track for the girlies. Yes, I love K-pop, but my K-pop girlies back then, guess what they used to do? sing live without a backing track. I'll leave it there. But yeah, I don't think when it comes to music, I'm too mad about it. I honestly didn't even I wasn't mad at the cover. I wasn't mad at the cover, Queen Key. And I feel like Queen Key has been getting like a lot of notoriety, I would say, here lately. Not as much as I feel like she could, like a Mauna Leo or Ken the Man. But I do feel like she has a very core audience. Listen, you just heard me say she does not have... Okay, I just said.
I have my own personal taste with Queen Key. I can't speak too much on her music. What I did hear.
Oh, I'm not a fan of her music, if I'm being honest.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I've heard or tried to get into Queen Key. Her sound is not necessarily mine. So I seen stuff about her a long time ago online that just kind of put a taste in my mouth. I won't say like a bad one, but I was like, oh, okay.
I didn't know. I was like, who?
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh.
That's what I was like, bro, like, what's going on? But music-wise, not my cup of tea, but I'll appreciate and respect the rap girlies, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all doing what y'all...
And let's talk about
that.
that.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's talk about that, because all these rap niggas talk about the rap game is done, the rap game is over, the rap game, after Drake, and Kendrick.
For the boys.
Correct.
Big boy drug. What,
like...
What was the name say? Big boy drugs, boy music, boy guns, blah, blah, blah.
Pow, pow, pow. Bitches. Titties.
Yeah. Y'all is over. Speaking of that, I gotta throw that in there. The career kind of, hey, he just proposed to Mariah. We know what that is. So as far as that, I can't speak on that as far as the rap game being trash. I'll say for the men, yes. For the ladies, no.
We thriving.
No, it is. Yeah, I was about to say, we have so many women that's coming up in...
What's her name? Planet Boy. Listen.
Yes, I love her music.
She just actually got played all the time. Yeah, I play Geezer a lot. She just was actually featured on...
Yeah, I said Geezer, my bad.
I think she was featured on the Joe Budden podcast too. So yeah, like I personally feel like the girlies are eating the niggas down when it comes to the rap game. And it's so funny too, because they always bring up that argument of all the women do is talk about their pussy and talk about their clothes and their hair, their nails, and niggas. What do y'all think y'all be listening
shut
to?
up.
Y'all listen to the same niggas talk about fucking bitches, getting money, and being terrible human beings. So
all y'all do is talk about getting sloppy, cash, robbing the nigga down. Y'all talk about the same stuff too, and we still listen to that. So shut up. If you don't want to listen to it, turn it off. Damn, it's not a gun to your head. Shut up. Y'all been listening to Future bitch complain about him having... Bro, y'all been listening to that man whine on the track for a long time.
Y'all listen to NBA Young Boy.
I feel like...
Let's start there.
He got some good tracks, but overall, I don't listen to him because I feel like it's not in the stuff. I'm not listening to.
Correct, and that's exactly what I don't either.
Y'all been listening to him say the same shit for the last album. So like, miss me with this whole women stuff. It's specific. No one wants to hear that, brother. Shut up. Okay.
Oh, brother.
Go to bed.
Stinks.
Turn it off. Hell. So I can't really get with that opinion. I feel like it's misogynistic, honestly, because y'all do talk about the same things. And what's up?
I cut that international players anthem on just like I cut on my Megs Thee Stallion. So y'all will be A-okay. Speaking of people, being a little robber, shoot, bang, bang, pow, pow.
It's not funny. The situation is not funny at all.
The situation isn't funny, especially considering this is like the 5th or so time he said he'd been robbed. I did not know niggas was really...
I did not know that he had been robbed. He says it in
he says it in the song. He said it in the song, like in the first verse, he said like in the first half, he said like, this is the second location we moved and y'all still on that shit. Like basically he was the gist of that verse or whatever is that this is this next location that they've moved to. And I said the exact same thing.
You got somebody
correct.
You got somebody in camp, Hit Boy. You need to go look at your camp and you need to start talking to everybody.
Hit Boy was
There's
wrong.
No way that you to move multiple times and they keep finding you and they try you every single time. On top of that, they dumb. You got dumb robbers on your hands.
Boy,
I like how he handled it.
Took them 20 minutes to like.
By that time, the police could have pulled up.
Nobody was checking watches. Nobody was looking for rear cameras. You didn't see the camera.
Y'all left with nothing. That's what's crazier to me. And then he says like y'all. I was gonna say. Then he says y'all passed up like a certain amount of stuff. Like y'all could have.
Grammys are made of real gold.
Bro, and y'all didn't they pass them up?
Real gold.
They didn't want that. They wanted, bro.
The
so it's like
money, yeah. Like y'all stupid, bro.
Like just dumb. But ultimately, Hit Boy ended up making a freestyle over this and basically rapping over it and playing the video of the robbers trying to get in. And I feel like that was the most hardest shit that we, you know what I'm saying? Like he slid. He slid. But y'all, shout out y'all dumbass robbers, because I don't even know what y'all was doing. Y'all was struggling so bad. All three of y'all skinny little tykes sitting up there trying to get that door open. Y'all could have, bro. Hit Boy, just look at your camp, because I know there's no way.
Barricade things that you can get that off of Amazon. You can get you one of the police barricade things.
There's no way.
Y'all really didn't try for real. Like, and I'm not saying y'all tried.
They was weak as hell. You seen them with that crowbar?
They broke off the paneling of the door before
they did try, bro. They was trying with all their might. Okay,
their might wasn't enough.
It wasn't, and they ain't take nothing, got away with nothing. But I do feel like it is somebody in his camp, because there's no way you getting hit every time you, even like you've moved and they still, no. Yeah.
Also, on top of that, I have to wonder, like, what's that shit from the Boondocks? What did this nigga do to make them niggas that mad?
No, nothing but be great. Like, nothing but be great and be in proximity is all.
And that right there is a quickness.
You gotta protect yourself.
Quickness for jealousy. Sidebar, did you see Ari Lennox is dropping an album?
I did. Somebody said she is so, like, this is long overdue, but honestly, I think this is the right time to do it. I don't see her dropping an album any other moment. You know what I'm saying?
I would agree. Not with her sound.
But yeah, in the times that we're in, but also I feel like anybody who was with Ari when she first came out know how far that lady has came.
I also feel like
because
the authenticity, I feel like, I won't say it's been lost, but I do feel like her going on that tour with that big thick man who be whining in his microphone, I feel like that really shook her.
No more.
Bro, I'm sorry.
I don't even know what's wrong by him.
I don't even.
You talk about Rod Wave just in case you do not know, but go ahead.
Again, if you couldn't get big fat man, I mean, I didn't even say fat. The big man who was crying in his songs, but yes, him. If you recall, she did go on tour him a year ago, and she spoke about how that really was like an abusive, slight, like verbally abusive, because niggas was throwing shit at her, was yelling at her. I don't know who paired her with that man.
I was about to say, because that doesn't even make sense.
But I do know that was also at the time where she was still signed to Dreamville. She's no longer signed to Dreamville.
She's no longer signed to Dreamville?
Yeah, this happened like last year during the summer. Yeah, like something.
I do briefly remember her saying something about that.
Yeah, she put out a statement.
Was not that great.
Yeah, she put out a statement or something like it.
Because even before then, she was also talking about. You remember when she used to go on lives and just wing it, and I'd be like,
"Girl, to her about that." Somebody said something to her and was like, "You can no longer.
You need to stop. You need to stop doing that." But that's what I'm saying. Like, anybody who's been with Ari for a minute, you've seen her processing in real time and going on live and being like, I don't know what
Unpaid Invoices. Boy, she could have came and talked about it here.
Bro, she was going in. She was going in so bad to the point where even when some of the stuff she was saying, I was like, you're going to have tension eventually with your label or whoever, because the stuff that you saying, like, it's not like it's not good or nothing in the sense of like, that's your truth. But at the same time, it's like,
I wouldn't even say she was wrong either, because it was stuff that as fans, like, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, even as fans, we was like, what is this soft girl era shit? I didn't care for that song.
I didn't listen to it, so no.
Boy, and it's not her best work. I'll just say that. I don't know, but they said that, and
baby. That's what we want. You are.
Listen, she need to go put some garbanzo beans on again. Like, please.
She don't even understand how much is it whipped cream.
Oh my god.
She don't even understand.
It's not even that one. It's the one she got with.
For me, is that took me so back in it. Like, it puts me so back into a space and time.
And you know what? Her last album, I honestly feel like niggas really kind of paid it dust, because not POF, but what was the other song she got? Unloyal with Ari Lennox as well by Summer Walker was my shit. That was also a good one with me. Was it Pressure? Because it was the age, sex, and location. Yes, it was Pressure. Pressure and Boy Bye with Lucky Day. Them two songs off this last album, Bay, motherfucking B. Those right there were my shit. I need her to stay in that pocket. Truthfully, I really feel like everybody kind of page, age, sex, and location. Like, they need to refine that. I wasn't even mad at that direction she went tonally. I wasn't mad at that. But whatever this, I don't know. They say she in the studio with Jermaine Dupri. Who else? They said she's in the studio with Jermaine Dupri and a couple other well-known producers. So I'm curious to see, but I also saw that they going with that Soft Girl Era song as a single. And I'm kind of like, why? But hey.
He said kind of like, why? I mean, I'm for Ari, period. I'm kind of excited to see what this sounds like. Like I said, Whipped Cream, girl, you don't know how much that song wrapped just a big ass hug and a blanket over me, bro. Like, that song got me through so much. So when I hear it, it's like I put back in that time, like, for real.
That's what music's supposed to make you do, for real.
And so
Arrow ain't making me do nothing, but
I didn't really like that song, and I didn't care for me personally. I didn't care for Pressure either.
I love Pressure, but that's what I was saying. The album of Age, Sex, and Location, I feel like was paid dust, and I feel like that was because she was still at Dreamville. I feel like they didn't market that album very well. I feel like they didn't have her in the right spaces to market. I don't think very well.
Dreamville is. Here's how I feel about Sidebar. Here's how I feel about y'all signing the labels with artists. Stop. Just stop doing it. I don't understand actually, I can't. I'm gonna take that back.
Because that's what I said earlier about the actor thing. It's the same. I'm gonna take it back.
I'm going to take it back because get your foot in the door. I don't know where y'all's at in y'all's spaces and time. Sometimes you just gotta get your foot in the door. Another person that's coming to my head, Lute. I don't know if you listen to him.
Yeah.
But Lute, love him. Mm-hmm. Love him. He spoke up. He spoke up actually getting signed to Dreamville. And like anybody who followed his first album, that I'm still slumming, I'm chasing by 2 steps back just to get it right. Come on. What? No, honestly, Lute, he's another one. I love him dearly, but I don't know if he knows what he's doing in regards to like his marketing. And honestly, is he doing it? No, 9 times out of 10, they're not. They're artists themselves. They can't help y'all market when they're still is a creative themselves and trying to do their own stuff. So in 9 times out of 10, guess what? If I'm the breadwinner of this label, guess who everybody really care about? Right. They don't really care about you.
Unless and I don't you have care about me.
And I don't have to prioritize you at that. That's even a bigger thing.
But I would feel like you would, though. If you had me come to this label and sign and you say, like, I would imagine you would put, no, I get what you're saying. I agree, and not to not expect it. But I'm saying, imagine you being like, you signed me. This is why you brought me here. And now you're telling me I have to keep doing what I was doing when I was independent. That makes no sense. I would have not came to this shit. Otherwise, I would have been doing this shit by myself. What I was saying is yes, I agree with you. But this is exactly what I was talking about earlier with the actors creating their own production companies and then having to sort of fund their own projects or fund other people's projects in order to allow like a pipeline situation. I feel like that's what's happened with a lot of artists, right? Like Young Thug, and because Young Thug got a label, don't he? Or is he under QC? At this point, everybody in the damn grandmama who got an internet and a piece of paper, you can start your own label. Truthfully speaking,
I feel like you do got a label. Like that, how you just got caught up? Yeah.
Okay, so like I'm saying,
YSL Records, and they was trying to say it was a.
Oh, okay. So boom, was that the case?
I might have been. I think
YSL
nevertheless, he does have a label.
Okay, so yeah, like what I'm saying, I feel like it's kind of like two sides of the same coin when it comes to the actors having to do their own production companies, and similar to these artists creating their own record labels. Y'all have to start putting some frameworks in place, people. Like, you yourself as an artist are never going to necessarily be able to give 110% when you're an artist yourself to another artist. You know why? Because they have whole job titles that are meant to do that, meaning you have to hire people who are going to be serious. In the case of Ari Lennox, I feel like J. Cole should have hired people or had certain people around Ari. Whoever the fuck was in his team, period, that suggested she even go on tour with Rod Wave should have been fired. You should have sent them their 90 day, and they should have, like, who genuinely sat there and brought that presentation? That made no sense whatsoever. What did you think? 2 niggas who crooning in the mic and, oh yeah, them audiences is gonna be the same?
I was gonna say, like, honestly,
y'all subjected her to torture, and that shit was crazy.
Rod Wave is like, if it's one person and I'm just not ever listening to their music, I don't know how to make it this time.
What a nigga jumping off a roof or some shit during his tour.
I just wanna sit up and die. Like, oh my gosh.
He said,
I'm literally not. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm sometimes okay with. I'm cool with like moody ass music, like, you know what I'm saying? But it's the way in which he does it, and I think also because it's rap that it doesn't really resonate with me with the chords and stuff like that. But he got
also,
that.
I ain't came from that lifestyle, so like, no, I'm not about to be like, yes, I also deal with survivor's guilt as well. Yes, I can't relate on some stuff. It's like,
my thing is, at some point you have to go get therapy. Like, you've actually been on for like how long? Raw Wave has been on for how long? He's been on for a minute, and so like, at what point does the inspiration or the pull of which you are pulling from change? Because you're not that anymore. The same reason how these dudes just came out and said, F the streets. Yeah, because y'all old and y'all crusty and y'all musty and y'all dusty. You can't run the streets no more. That makes sense. F the streets. Nigga, you can't be in the streets. What do you mean?
You should have been had that conversation and thought process about 5-6 years ago. Like, when
you can't run the streets. Grandpa, you can't run the streets.
But that's what I'm saying with some of these artists, especially the male rappers. Y'all be trying to live that one leg in the old world / one leg in another one. And I think that was even in like the Baby's documentary that he had on Amazon during the pandemic when it came out, where they was telling him like, bro, you can't have one leg in street shit and one leg in this industry shit. Like, you can't do both. Some of y'all cannot be artists and record label executives, okay? You need to be the record label co-executive and get a nigga who has actually been in the music industry for some years and can delegate and do certain shit. Because I think that's the problem in both sides of it, right? You get these actors who have the resources, have the money, but maybe you haven't hired out a full team. I respect Ryan Coogler and his whole proximity media team because they find people and or give opportunity to people instead of trying to do everything themselves. And that has built out and being able to really process a really amazing production company. Like, they're able to really efficiently do the things that they want to do. And that is why we saw inefficient shit with Ari Lennox from Dreamville. I can't obviously speak to 110% of what was going on over there, but I feel like the proof is in the thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, everybody can agree that mesh did not make sense. Ari and Rod Wave shouldn't have been in the same Senate. They weren't they're not pulling from the same space. Ari got a fan base of girls who got curly hair and they put on cocoa butter and they go to sleep.
And I light a little sage in the room. And
Rod Wave has people who open up, and they trying to, you know what I'm saying? And maybe they're going through strife and some other stuff. They're totally two different things. One is heavily emotional, is sensitive. The other one isn't emotional, and I feel like guarded and defensive. So those type of, I don't know who did that, but that was the sorriest movement ever. I'm
Ari, January 26th, baby. I'm excited for this album. We will definitely talk about it at some point when she drops it. Last little time that I guess I wanted to get into was Miss Northwest. Making the beats. Miss Northie was making the beats. I'm gonna be honest with you, bitch. I started moving.
So here's the thing about, I'm gonna keep this brief because this is a child, and I need everybody also to remember that when they're talking. For sure. About
this is just her time for me, at least.
Right. I'm gonna bring in, I can't forget her. My baby Blue. When we are growing up with, well, I'll take this as
kids.
We are, I was gonna say we grew up with our faves, and we're getting to see how their influence is in their kids. And I think everyone knew for a fact when Beyonce and Kanye had their kids, Kim and Jay-Z, y'all know the people, that they were going to be obviously immersed in the entertainment industry. It was just how.
Yes. And they have the resources too.
Correct.
You have other resources.
I knew for a fact that North was going to be like her dad.
Yeah. There was fashion as well, though. Fashion and music, which is basically her dad as well.
Her dad, I was about to say her dad did fashion, and her mom is in fashion, so it makes sense. But ultimately, her personality is so reflective, I feel like, of him, of how she is so quirky. She cannot be put in a box. I love that for her. I do think, and this is a testament to like how we should cultivate the youth, that when you see something, nurture it.
Feed it, for sure.
Like, you feed it. Like, Same thing with Blue. Like Beyonce spoke openly about how she was fearful of putting her on stage.
Yeah,
now the girl Blue catting everywhere.
Well, because right. She said it. She was like, I made her work for it. And I feel like to an element, Kim does do that for North, where she keeps it very like not monetized. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you remember when they were saying a long time ago that North, like, I think she had said in like an interview or whatever, she was like, North paints. Like North.
Yeah, and everybody, she painted what she did, and everybody was like, she did not paint that, but it was like, no. And then they pulled up Ye's old paintings, and they was like, yes, she did. Like, you would be so shocked as to what would happen when you allow a child's brain just to move in a space and not have any confinements of like how they can
money. You give no child no confinements, whether it be their circumstances and the creativity. Yeah, the sky is truly the limit. Because I feel like for most people, when it comes to creativity, it's poverty that holds you back.
It sparks it. Yeah.
I mean, no, yes, I would say it's a double-edged sword. It sparks it, but there comes points as well where you realize I didn't have all the full true access, right? She's probably in freaking studios working with the best producers, you know what I mean, in the world in that regard. But it's like, imagine you are a young individual and you're in Philly and you go to your local library and they got a dude there teaching y'all how to make beats. Like, there's a reason there are certain resources out there, because there are true catalysts in people's lives that can change. I think about Jay Versace, who just did the song with SZA.
He always did. There's never a time Jay Versace is not getting. I think the last post that went, I don't know if we talked about this actually, and it actually makes sense too.
No, I
just a little bit. Jay he says, I think he talked about, he made a comment, and it wasn't even really about the poster. I believe it was simply the take that you had earlier with, I'm tired of the 2000s and 90s sound. It's basically what he was saying. And he quoted it over, and he quoted it over Kehlani's, because you know that folded music video that she dropped?
And I think we touched on that actually last week when we were talking about it, where we were like because we talked about it a little bit.
I don't know if we talked about Jay Versace, but we talked about the music video and Kehlani and the thing.
To the reference that, so that's very a little full circle. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not. I just said my opinion.
And he deleted it. And everybody was like, Jay Versace always posting and deleting it. And it looked like, well, y'all really don't let him breathe or having a damn opinion. If we tell you something
right now on Al Roker's good internet, once I say something, unless Jesus or Danique or my mama come back and say, take that shit down, I'm not gonna.
If I say take it down, and I'm like, D.
Correct. Like, that's why I added you. Nothing is so. Yeah. Correct. That is, you see, she was in the groups because I know she got sense, and she was probably like, "Bitch, take it down." if none of them 4 people say take it down, guess what? Y'all can expect from Kiera Siobhan Webster. I'm not taking that shit down. I said what the fuck I said. I just want y'all to know that right now. Sidebar: I wish he would stand on his shit. I actually don't like when.
I wish he. I don't like why he did that.
It's kind of you're giving them more. You're giving them validity. I feel like no matter what the topic is, I feel like you're giving people validity and you're minimizing your own. And every time you come back to say something, people are going to look at you like the peon that you were the previous time because you deleted. I'm telling y'all right now, I ain't no peon. So when I say something, I said what the fuck I said. Whether you take it up with your Jesus, okay? If it ain't Jesus for you, take it up with Allah. Take it up with whomever. It could be, you could be part of that religion that they wear the little spaghetti shit on their head. You take it up with that colander, and you take it up with him, and you just figure that out, because it don't got nothing to do with me. I feel like he needs to maybe have a friend who will pump a little smoke up his back. I don't know. Maybe he needs a Leo in his camp. I don't know. But quit all that posting it.
I'm actually curious to see what his sign is. I'm looking.
Go look at it right now, because he need a little.
I'm looking at right now.
He gets Gemini or Aquarius, but anyhow,
it's giving airy. Yeah, it's giving airy. Yeah. We gonna see. Hold on.
I don't know, but yeah, that's all. No.
Oh wait, January 24th.
It's an Aquarius. That's an Aquarius. Nope.
I was going to say, he might be on the cusp. Yeah, but I was like, maybe I'm wrong, but he's giving air to me, but he's on the cusp.
Like I said, that's an Aquarius man.
I think he just kind of be tired of people talking, and I can understand that. Of like, this shit is, because imagine how, I know sometimes my posts be going up and the notice they get irritating. So like, I can only imagine.
I get that too, because I've had that happen, especially when somebody who followed me who got a large following tweet my shit and be like, this has gone past where I
Well, I've
wanted it
made
to
comments
go.
that go up, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
This has gone well past. What? I don't know. This was supposed to stay in my little bubble. And I hate when people be like, why didn't you think this wasn't going to go anywhere? Bitch, because 9
Like,
out of
sometimes
10,
it
it
just
don't.
doesn't. Yeah.
So,
Like,
I don't know. Jay, if you put it in your drafts when you deleted it, go ahead and put it back. Like, go ahead and put it back.
To go full circle, I would be very curious to see Jay and North collab. I feel like they might sound correct. That's what I'm saying. I feel like that would go crazy.
And
that
then
would
with
go
like
crazy.
Like artist-wise,
bro, North is onto something with that last beat that I heard.
That last beat, baby,
she was in a pocket. But I'm very curious I think I could see that.
I could see. I
collab, hell yeah.
I also wouldn't doubt too that, like, I don't know, the last couple of tracks she had been playing around with vocals. I had heard her, you know, trying to do a little something with vocals. I don't necessarily know if vocals is her talent. I think she hasn't really shown. That's what I'm saying. All we got was, it's your bestie, miss. She hasn't really shown us whether or not she has the talent for vocals to
I think she would be a cold rapper.
But this is what I'm saying.
Now, a singer,
she hasn't shown us.
She's still so young. We just vibing with her. We gonna
correct. So I'm very curious to know if she'll do full backseat and just solely produce, or if she'll do, you know, produce, rap, whatever. Either way, I personally have always appreciated a cold rapper and hope to be this type of parent and just solely produce, or if she'll do, you know, produce, rap, whatever. Either way, I personally have always appreciated a cold rapper and hope to be this type of parent once I make my millions and millions, is that I want to give my kids the opportunity and a chance to experience the world. If that's us going to Paris and you painting the Louvre, or you seeing the real true Mona Lisa, Lord willing that the Mona Lisa still exists in the Louvre. Like, who knows where the world would be then. But yeah, so I'm not mad at it. I do know a lot of people were like, it's profiting off of her, but it's like, am I supposed to tell my child no?
I'm not going to take that take. The only thing that I had with Kim was her just being in the spotlight so soon. I agree with Ye when he was like, I don't need my child online like that, because I do think people get weird and they get parasocial. And we seen that when she was like 8, or when she was just now. So when she still had the shared account
now, you still see it now.
Yeah, it's getting worse.
Yeah, she's getting like
worse. Like, people are
thicker, but they were trying to say like, oh, she's in a corset. She's literally fully covered. There's no skin showing, and she's kind of has a very grunge-esque style.
With her in blue.
Oh, girl.
When they went to that, when her, Jay, and Beyonce attended that thing, they was like, she got makeup on her like she grown. Like, whole time, like,
they're 13. Y'all not remember?
They are teens, right? That's what I'm like, y'all, like, at some point, y'all, was we not wearing makeup? Like, respectfully, y'all, it's just the difference of the fact of technology is better, and they just look better than we did. Our makeup wasn't looking like that.
No,
because the techniques was not the same.
2010 to 2016 era of makeup. Okay, we all had to go through the sick, chunky ass eyebrows that everybody was doing with the Anastasia Beverly and the cut creases, etc. So yeah, like, our shit isn't gonna look like that. I will say there is a topic of conversation. She does makeup. I was just about to say that. I was just about to say there's a topic of conversation though about the spaces, because I actually just seen a very well known director who made a comment about how there is no space for that 13, like 12 to 16 bracket anymore.
I think,
and I would agree with that. I wish I could find the tweet when I said it in 2021, because I started noticing it very early, because I was like,
well, I for sure did, because I got sisters, and I'm like, I don't know who my sisters do. And my mom, she does a great job at, like, kind of, you know what I'm saying, being on them, and then probably being a little bit more sheltered than most. But I know it's that
hard in this day and age.
I think they actively stay within kind of like their realm of, like, kind of their interests, because their interests aren't too, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they're not exposed to too much, you know what I'm saying? So if they were exposed, their interests would probably change. But because their interests are age appropriate, they are okay.
But I think, but that's the same concept. I'm thinking, like, back to when we were kids, we had Disney games and Nickelodeon games. Like, it kind of moved with us a little bit. Like, it didn't stay. Granted, obviously the actors were also growing as well, but I just felt like we just had such a space where it was the Justin Biebers and the Selena Gomez's, and not just like Justin Bieber was the good anomaly who didn't come from the TV space. I felt like we had the mindless behaviors, the cherishes. I feel like even Cherish, Danny Dane, like there was a gradual, like, yes, I may have been maybe too young to understand the full concepts of Day 26 and Danity Kane, but like, bitch, it was still made sense for me to be listening to that type of
Then you seems like an older pocket, but I get what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying? Well, because that was by the time we got to like 8th grade. Not, you know what I'm saying? Like, as again, we were moving, and as our interest grew, it still was a pocket that we could safely.
I think it's also what they talked about. Because even with Danity Kane Day 26, like, I'm gonna just pivot because I don't think those were necessarily like for us, but it was how back then
it was
I feel
marketed,
like a little bit like. I think, but I also think it was more the way the language
Tiffany,
was not
what's her name? Promise Ring. What was it? Promise Ring, or
that was for us, but I don't think what's the name and then was marketed for.
Maybe I just wasn't. I wasn't someone who maybe
now like you liking them. Maybe you liking them for sure. Like I liked it, but I don't think they were marketed to us for real.
I don't.
Now Tiffany, yes. Tiffany,
so would you say Sierra wasn't? Because I feel like she was.
She wasn't.
Yes, she was, bro. I feel like they would go as low as her when they were marketing her. If they were in that marketing meeting, they definitely were saying demographic wise the lowest her age was bringing in. Like 14. Nah, I wouldn't even go 14, 15. Like down.
I wouldn't go that far.
I wouldn't say it's intentional marketing to them. No, but I'm saying the subset of you're naturally going to bring them in because guess what? They're about to be older, so that means they can grow with her as a marketing exec. Yes, I am also not maybe honing on them, but that is a subset that I'm going to reap the benefits of because you got to think, like you just said, older sisters.
I mean, yeah, it's always overflow and stuff, but as far as like specific marketing, that's what we're talking about. Specific marketing for kids. We're not talking about people who kind of get into that they can kind of spill over into.
But the reason I was bringing up Sierra is because when she first came out, it was Goodies. Goodies was marketable to us, babes. Yes, it was. We might have been on the cusp, but it was still, bro, I'm telling you that age demographic was definitely including us. When we were coming up, we got to think, what year did Goodies come out? 2007?
Let me look it up, bro.
Because I
get like 8 or 9. I just think there was spillage. They weren't marketed to us. I think it was, and that's the problem. We don't have people who are specifically marketed to the kids. Like we don't have them people.
No, I mean, yes, I agree with that, but I don't know. I do feel like there were some artists who still had the ability to be like
2004.
2004
dropped.
So 2008 was when we was in 8th grade. 2004, what, 4th, 5th, maybe somewhere in there was what the age we was. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, neither here nor there, but I definitely feel like even if there was, so Flo, do you feel like they would be marketed to your age?
Flo, I think is a good
in between or a good market, like their spillage.
I think they are good in between because you got to think about what Flo's look is. Yeah. It's not, their look isn't raunchy enough to where, you know what I'm saying, where there can't be spillage. And that's why I'm saying, like, our decade of coming up, what they were talking about. But I would say what we did, but also we had, even in what you're saying or me noting like the spillage, the music itself was okay to digest.
No, that's also
like language was language was different. Yeah, this generation's language is too far.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Where it's like there can't be no spillage. And so that's what I'm saying. Like the different Sierra, I'm not saying she was not, we wasn't, I'm not saying we was, okay? But I'm just saying she was not marketed the pancake what? Like she just wasn't. Now, was there spillage? Yes, because she wasn't saying nothing that was not, you know what I'm saying, that was like, you shouldn't be, you can smack.
I guess maybe like, that's then the difference of that generation, because I feel like
I can't think of nobody else.
Can't either. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't think of nobody.
Other than you just said Flo, like I wouldn't even thought of them.
Zara? What about Zara?
She's good. I think Normani would have been good, but she
fell off into Narnia. Yeah, we don't know what's going. I can't even be mad at her either. I just want to preface this, Normani, if you say this, but I understand you was dealing with family problems. So I'm, at this point, we get music.
I think SZA's a good one. I'm not saying like super now, but when she first came out, like, yeah, SZA was definitely getting, there was spillage. I think we still was mimicking innuendos and stuff when we was singing the song. So yes, her stuff kind of now is kind of like, okay, girl, you kind of some little.
No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, scenes and stuff here that maybe a child don't need to be saying, but ultimately when she first came out, I love. Yeah. Everybody was listening from the front end. That was just a spiritual girl who liked wearing baggy jeans and big ass shirts, and her hair was curly, and she was lying about them moles. Yes, that girl was marketed to kids or teenagers at some point. Yes,
I guess maybe that's where we need to really make the differential. I feel like where does the kid for me, preteen, I'm gonna say 12, 13 is when they become like that teen. You're entering a certain different age bracket, and so I feel like there is no true kid. There is no true kid artists anymore, and I don't know if we'll ever get them again, honestly, because of all of the things that maybe came out. And I also don't think that the industry cultivates that anymore either.
No, everybody that's the same thing, look the same way, and blah blah blah. And
well, because I mean, think about the new. There is another group that just came out. They're named Frequency, and they're from that Making the Band show. They brought Making the Band back, and they on Netflix. That's what they're from. I liked them, but I also think they did a similar thing where they didn't find anyone who was maybe younger. I feel like if a little bit younger, you know who I'm talking about. You've seen them on Instagram, probably. They clips of shit.
Is it a boy group?
That's another one that also I think I don't know who the girl's talking about. They went to top 10. It's like Unrivaled or something. Their name is weird.
Oh, just to bring up another name or a group, what's the Cat's Eye? They are marketed towards kids directly. They are directly.
But do you know who? But I don't like that. But I don't know what the machine is, though. Do you know what the machine is? That K-pop machine, baby. And one thing I've always said and admire about their industry moves and business is that they know how to get all age demographics, is what I'll say. They know how to get the young. To your point about the content is still acceptable, but then now as they're getting into other eras of their music, as they've progressed, like remember Touch and Debut were touch, very kid, right? Then we get they let them start cursing more. That's because the youngest one was 17 still.
Right.
Turned 18 here.
Everybody now in Canada. So yeah, they are
getting up. So that means they can slowly start.
Yeah. They already been doing the eat zucchini.
Eat zucchini.
Do you read me?
Like an emoji. Oh.
You know,
like, OMG.
Yeah. I'm
trying to studio picking these songs.
Zucchini. Yeah, what is that innuendo? Like, yeah, had a bunch of stuff, but in our time there was like that as well. Shake that left it, pink, that left it, just you in your hand tonight.
Right.
At the time, I didn't know what that was. I'm singing that. It's just you in your hand tonight. That's crazy.
Didn't even know.
I get older, I'm like, whoa, I was singing that. Oh, that just reminded me of Kelly Clarkson. She was before us.
Yeah, because before, child, I was singing that song like a nigga cheated on me, and I ain't never been in no relationship.
Before he cheat, hold up, are you getting your girls mixed up? Before he cheats is not Kelly Clarkson. I said Kelly Carey. That's
who sings before?
That's Carey, but I said Kelly Clarkson.
Okay, then no. Oh, you know what? I am mixing, but I mixed the two songs as well. I was thinking Before He Cheats and I wanna take my man to. I was like, that is Kelly.
Still the same.
That's Kelly Clarkson. Kelly Clarkson is 4-wheel drive. Is that
no Carey? No, that is not. That is Carey. Why is Kelly singing that? And on top of that, do you hear the accent that you're saying? You think Kelly's singing it? Why is Kelly in a 4-wheel drive? She's not. That's Carey. Because she's country music.
Nah, bro, there was definitely a moment where Kelly Clarkson tapped into some country era. You're not about to play me on my mind now. I'm not negating that. But mixing my shit. No, I'm not negating that, but boy,
I don't know what they're talking about. Good luck on that part. But ultimately, the song that you're representing is Carey. That's all that I'm telling you. Kelly is Since You've Been Gone. I Cannot Breathe for the first time.
Yes, I got you on that one. Breakaway. Is it on this Breakaway? Oh, yeah, Since You've Been Gone is on here.
You looking this up like it's Carey, girl. But anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you could have kept talking, my nigga. I was just trying to get satisfaction. Like,
I'm waiting for them to figure out if you right or not.
I'm letting you said I was wrong. I said that earlier. You got your props, nigga. Move on. I'm just simply wanting to see her discography now. Cheese and crackers. Niggas want to fucking harpoon to say you're right.
Not really. But hey, I am. And with that, yeah, I don't know about as far as the kids, like I guess we did. I feel like that's why a lot of them too are bad. Now
that's what I think it also trickles over to another industry of fashion too. Remember, we got rid of Justice, Forever 21. What's that other store? Limited 2. There was one more. Was another store? I feel like maybe not. I don't know, but yeah, I feel like it went.
Don't you still have icing? Ice, is it? Oh, the place with the
players and icing. Yes. Those still exist, but I don't even think the kids be in Claire's. They be on shit. Do they even go to the mall anymore? I see some
we used to want to get dropped off, so I don't know.
I see sometimes when I go to the mall, like on the rare off chance I need something from the mall.
I don't think they go to the It's not like two siblings in the crib that is in that age demographic. They do not go to the mall.
Yeah, they sit on FaceTime and talk to each other and watch YouTube videos.
Correct. Exactly that.
Because I'm the 13-year-old. She was on FaceTime with a friend when I got there, and I'm like, she talking about she fell asleep. I said, hang up the phone. No.
That's funny. Well, I mean, hey.
But and then what I was thinking, I was like, boy, we used to do that on three-way.
Just to be three-way.
On the phone, like just trying to talk. I mean, boy, the house phone in general, I felt like before I got a cell phone was the only way I could really talk to you. Till I got a cell phone. And I didn't get a cell phone until like 8th grade year. So yeah, that was kind of my life. But yeah, guys, we're going to go ahead and close out the topics. And we'll be right back after these brief messages. And we're back. Welcome back, y'all. We have our final segment of the evening, which is the pulse, okay? Everything you need to know, have your thumb on that pulse, okay? Whether it be music, television, fashion, a book, okay? Whatever it could be, we personally feel like you should have your thumb in the pulse on this thing. Mr. Meat, what should the people have their thumb on the pulse for this week?
If you don't know, you will now. The Industry. It is a show on Netflix. Not on Netflix, actually, I'm misspeaking. It's actually on HBO. And season 4 is debuting in a couple of days. It's actually airing January 11th. So, yeah, it's kind of one of those things where I feel like I started season 1. I think I might have fell off. Or I think I finished season 2. And then I didn't hear anything about a season 3. So I have a season to catch up. But ultimately, they're buzzing, okay? Buzzing like bees, baby. They are in all of the things right now. They just did a GQ cover or they did British GQ specifically. And everybody is, wondering what the hell is going on. I personally don't want to ruin the plot because I feel like it's been a minute, so I need to refresh myself.
Have you seen Amanda Seals? Sorry.
But, yeah. Basically, it's just following some individuals that I believe work for like a stock brokerage type of, like it's graduates kind of trying to get their feet into this industry that is, baby, is blood, sweat, and tears. And we're following.
They'll put their pussy on live for $1,000 for this job.
Yeah. Honestly, guys, this is one of those shows where you kind of started maybe thinking like, oh, this is going to be whatever. But once you started, you immediately register this is going to be a good-ass show. I know when I started it, I was waiting for my season to come. I forgot I think I genuinely finished season 2, and then I was waiting for season 3, and at some point life happened. I got confused, and then I forgot, and then now we're here, and they're talking about it's season 4 that's about to premiere. So, yeah, I have a season to catch up on so I can be up to date. But that's what I feel like y'all need to have y'all thumb on. Because honestly, I see these people getting some accolades as time goes after this season. They got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, wow.
100%. 100%, you guys. And honest, is Rotten Tomatoes bought out? Can you buy them for ratings? Because I feel like I've always wondered that.
There's the critics Rotten Tomatoes that like all of the critics who are verified, I guess, can do everything for. Boy, you just froze. Hold on. Before I say anything else. Okay, there we go.
I was like, you good for me. Everything's right. Got caught me in the frozen, man. Frozen.
But what was I saying? Yes, I saw a couple of those people who actually, I believe, are working on some other projects. So I agree with you. Yeah, you seen what I sent you? Oh, okay. Never mind. She made a face because she seen what I sent her, but never mind. Jeez.
Yeah.
I also have a TV show that I wanted to put you guys on to. It is The Day of the Jack. Okay? Such a good show. I love me some Eddie Redmayne. I did not think he was going to be as well as he was in this type of role, which I think is why he took it.
So what? Say it again.
The Day of the Jackal.
Okay.
It doesn't sound like what it is. Think MI6, British, espionage, assassins, action. Yeah, that sort of vibe. With some mild humor, I feel like in moments. It definitely brought levity to certain situations and to his character, so I really enjoyed it. I got to the last episode on Monday or Tuesday, I think. And yeah, I need to know if there's going to be a season 2. Like, I need to know when is season 2 about to drizzy up, because I need it now. It was so good. I think I'm going to write a spec to it, funny enough, because I have another writing sample. And with some of the genres that I said I wanted to write, I do actually feel like me writing a spec of one of those episodes would actually be a good skill, because one of my pilot ideas is sort of in that realm. So that was something that I really, really liked. And I was like, I really want to do a spec of this. If you guys aren't familiar with what a spec is, just imagine in the writing world, essentially your writing samples are, can you emulate shows and or movies that are already existing in the TV space, which is a space that I want to be in. You write specs of TV shows. So whatever TV show, Abbott Elementary, Industry, etc., you have characters and a world that is already built. You, as the writer, have to now come in and bring a fresh new story and a plot that hasn't already been done, but using the same parameters and rules of this show that's already been built that everyone is already aware of. That allows the future showrunner or hiring person who comes on knows that you can take characters that have already been set in a world and build upon them, which is what a lot of times sometimes may happen when you go season to season to season. Sometimes writers might not be able to come to another season because they're on another project and they may have to hire someone on. So yes, if you're ever considered being a screenwriter, that is a skill that you should have and you should be able to work on. And so I really enjoyed the show that much that I was like, I really actually want to write spec of this. So stay tuned.
I actually looked up the industry's
tomato score.
No, not their score, but their synopsis of like what the show is about. And they're actually at an investment bank. The way that they move, I don't know what I thought they were doing, but I was like, it's something with money. Because
like a hedge fund. It's like a hedge fund.
Yeah, like that's exactly exactly that. And it's like graduates fighting for a spot because you know how to bring
that actually makes sense, because anybody that knows hedge funds or finance world, period, them niggas be doing coke.
And they down on this show.
They mean that is a real life.
It's very dramatic. Yeah,
that's salting on, because yeah, that is that.
You get up there, you gotta do them butts to keep you kind of.
Well, yeah, that's because it's the market doesn't sleep. A lot of people who work in finance will tell you that, like I had this friend, he was a finance dude. When I lived in New York at the time, this was a long time ago, but he was in that world and he was definitely playing with his nose. I'll just say that, because it kept them awake. And
yeah, I was about to say, it's just the fact that they gotta keep moving.
It's like a part of their world or whatever. Yeah, like their world essentially, like kind of like how rappers be drinking and smoking weed. So
and everybody got a lean belly.
Right, everybody got a lean good.
They need that energy and that inspo apparently when they go.
They probably should have been a cavity field,
Like, oh my gosh.
Stuff like that. But yeah, those were our recommendations. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode. As always, please make sure you stay tuned on the socials. We've seen you guys showing the love and doing the wordies. Keep right up. Share with a favorite creative. Share with someone who you know could be inspired by the conversations. And yeah. It's been your girl, Kira.
And your girl, Danique. And we are out. See you next time.